Okay, I'm using, oh gosh, it's probably about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Drop that in my pan and start my heat under there. Remember, you don't want the heat up too high because you don't want to burn your butter. And then I usually do a little bit of butter and a little bit of like vegetable oil. We just have coconut oil right now, so I'm going to put a little bit of coconut oil in there too. I don't tend to like to use olive oil, and yes, I'm a finger licker. But if I were cooking for you, I would be conscious of that, and especially if I had a cold or something. But, you know, it actually, I'd have to read up on it for sure. But, you know, I believe in natural immunity, and I think some of the finger licking is building your natural immunity. So unless you're really sick or you're, you know, something. But I mean, like, even if I touch these potatoes with the finger that I just licked, I'm going to cook it in a really hot pan. So I think it's going to be fine. I like coconut oil. I'm not a huge like coconut fan, like plain shredded coconut. I'm getting off on a tangent. Let's see how my butter's doing. All right, can you see that? I think you probably can. See if I got the camera just right. So I've got my butter melting, my coconut oil melting, and you want to really get a nice coating in the bottom of the pan. I actually might have a little bit too much. So if you do get too much, here's what I usually do. Here's what I usually do. Is I get a mug, and once it's all melted, I'll pour a little bit in the mug. Because you can save that to drizzle on the top before you flip. Okay, let's see, I got something in here. It's so funny, even as an adult, there was like a little black speck. I don't know if it was a bug or a piece of pepper, but I wanted to get it out of there. Okay. All right, so I did end up pouring some of that out, so that seemed to be just a little bit too much. So here's how it's looking right now. Get it nice and hot. And again, you want it on about medium high because you don't want that butter to burn. But before you drop those potatoes in, you really need it to be hot. Like so, I'm watching it to make sure it's going to get the little bubbles going. And it's just about there. I'm actually going to pour a little bit more out. I think I was a little too heavy-handed. I think I was thinking about the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to take my potato. I'm going to get just enough in my hand, and I'm going to go over to the sink and see that water dripping out. I'm going to squeeze that water out. I'm going to squeeze. Oh, look, it looks like you can still kind of see me. Okay, I'm going to squeeze that water out. Squeeze it out. Shake and squeeze. Squeeze it out. All right, so with this handful now, I'm going to sprinkle it into the pan. And you can hear it start to sizzle. Okay. Let's see. This is why I want to buy a GoPro, so you can see it in there. So I sprinkled it in there. You don't want to like press it down. So now I'm going to take another handful. Sometimes I even just squeeze it over my plate. So here, let's see, so you can see all that water come out. And you shake. This was always my mama's trick, because if you put in there with all that water, you're not going to have a crunchy hash brown. Okay, so now I'm sprinkling it in the pan, and I'm almost wondering, I think I'm going to do 2 batches, because you don't want too much in there. You need to have some air come through there. So I'm going to rinse my hands. Okay.